This is the inside of a Cantonese-style dim sum place in Guangzhou. This is a Monday afternoon. You can get your own tea set right here. Chinese tea set will come with a small teapot with your own loose leaf tea. But I show you pour the hot water in. And now the tea is brewing. It's a very small pot, as you can tell by the size of my hand. You let it sit there for a few minutes. You pour it into this glass container, and it's got a strainer right there. Strains it out, and the tea is ready. So, right now I'm just here. It's a Monday afternoon. Our first dish right here. This is a chang fan. It is a style chang fan, which is a rice noodle. And this one is actually very unique. It's not just a typical rice noodle with some stuffing on the inside. It's stuffed with a crunchy, crispy, another layer, and then with shrimp in the middle. And what that does is that it gives it two different types of texture. It's soft and slightly chewy on the outside with the rice noodle, with the crispy on the inside, the second layer, and then the middle you got the shrimp. And there's a sauce right here. I think this is a peanut sauce. See, this is how you eat it. We'll try it. Very good. Congee, rice congee. And this is one of their top-rated congee. It's made with pig's blood. This is pig's blood right here. This is congeal. And then it's got fish fillet in there. Just a piece of fish fillet. And the congee looks like it's made very well. It's got the right consistency. This is a classic dim sum item. It is the famous, or perhaps notorious, chicken feet. It is actually one of my favorite dishes to order in a dim sum restaurant. A lot of people don't appreciate this, but making the chicken feet is a very labor-intensive dish. This is very labor-intensive. It takes multiple steps, which includes braising, blanching, steaming, deep frying, and then steaming again in order to give it the right texture. And but next to it, here's the pork spare ribs, which is done very simply, probably in a garlic and a little bit of a wine sauce. Looks very fresh. Everything comes out piping hot. Beef short ribs, and these are beef short ribs done with in a soy and black pepper sauce. This is a very good portion right here. I mean, this is like enough meat, definitely enough meat for one person. Most meals that are consumed in China, and especially in Guangzhou and Canton, are communal meals, which means they are meant to be shared. We always do family style dining, which means all the dishes are shared. Well, dim sum is an excellent way to share different items, because you can try different things. You always want to go to a place that's busy, That means the food is going to be fresh. The quality is probably going to be good. That meat is so tender. It's so tender, so flavorful. That was an excellent meal, and I didn't eat everything. Got some leftover over here. A couple of things I'm gonna take back with me, and it's gonna finish out with a little bit of tea to help me digest a little more before I take off. I also want to show you the bill right here. This is the bill. And so for 4 items today, as you can see, the total is 97 RMB. And at the current exchange rate, about 7.5 RMB to $1. That's basically about $13 to $14. This is another thing why I love eating in China. You can have excellent, high-quality food at a very low price. And back in San Francisco Bay Area, where I live in the U.S., food has become very expensive. Inflation has gone through the roof during the pandemic and after. Right now, if you try to go out to a dim sum restaurant, a pretty good quality dim sum restaurant, you have to, with about $13 to $14, I think it's going to buy you one of the items that I had here today, because they will also charge you for tea. Then you also have to pay for tax. Then there's also tip, which is about 20, anywhere from 15 to 20% these days. So yeah, $13, $14 is going to buy you one of those items. I'm inside a bookstore in Guangzhou. This is one of the bigger bookstores I've seen. Take a scan. It's inside a pretty nice mall, big mall. That's the entrance right there. And it actually doesn't just sell books, it sells clothing, toys. There's a Christmas display over there. It's Christmas right now. It's a pretty big store. Probably goes in about, say about 200, 250 feet deep. And another 200, 250 feet wide. Chinese people do love to read books, probably more so than Americans, judging by the amount of bookstores around here and the size of them, how many people hang out here. And they like to read lots of different books from all different countries. Not just Chinese books, but books from America. Elon Musk, a very popular guy here. Jordan Peterson, popular guy that you might know from YouTube. And those are books down there by Charlie Munger. He's a very well-known investor in the United States. Books, all kinds of books. And there's a big section, another really big section next door. Yeah, I mean, US, all the bookstores are kind of disappearing like Barnes and Nobles, but bookstores are alive and well in China. Look at this. Look at how many people are reading here, browsing. All these books. A lot of books. Books galore. Books everywhere. And of course, every bookstore also has a selection of books on the Communist Party. And here's its section of books on the Communist Party, as well as Chairman Xi Jinping, the current president of China. What's interesting is that while you might think that books on party politics and Communist Party and Xi Jinping might be everywhere and very pervasive in China. Oftentimes in bookstores, they carved out a separate section for this type of books. Here it's sitting next to the law section, but it's not found with all the other books. Rather, it has its own section right there. It's just a small section right there. This guy I noticed. Oh wait, no, I don't know who he is. But here are books of a woman that you might know, Miss RBG. Seems to be like a whole entire section on popular culture. Most of it is American popular culture, actually, I think. Photography, painting, music. Oh, this is the arts and culture section. Here's the Chinese section of it. And some books on Frida Kahlo. Amazing the scale of this and how busy it is. Chinese people do like to read. I'm standing in the middle of Beijing Road, one of the probably the busiest commercial districts in Guangzhou. It's a Saturday night in mid-December. Actually, tomorrow night is Christmas Eve. There's tons of people. Despite the fact that it's only about, I'd say it's about right now about 60 degrees. Everyone's dressed really warm. Look at all those people. This whole area is pedestrians only. Yeah, super busy. Tons of people out despite the cold weather. I'm standing on a pole, like what that girl's doing right now. Yep. This allows me to have a higher altitude. It's a little shaky underneath here. I gotta be careful. But I am gonna call. Here's a big old sign over here, 2024. Despite the fact that we're still probably about 7 days away from the new year. Very festive, very celebratory, but I'm gonna have to throw out a yellow flag for premature celebration. It's not 2024 yet. But anyways, a lot going on here. I'm actually quite surprised that there are so many people out, but there are always a lot of people out in Guangzhou. There you go.